Hello friends, welcome back to Sunshine and Chaos Bar today. Okay, so we're starting to kind of get our feel for food again and wanting to eat. And so I went grocery shopping today and I picked up some things to do Asian noodles. They're kind of like you would get at Panda House. They have the celery, squash, onion, the peppers, some peanuts, and they're made with, I make them with a linguine noodle, and then I have a sauce that I make over them, and they have chicken thighs in it. So I thought I would bring you along and share my recipe with you in case you wanted to learn how to make this. It also has some crushed garlic. Some of my food's a little on the slim picking side, so I'm gonna, meaning I don't have a lot of the minced garlic. The linguine I'm using is just this, and I'm going to cook it and I'm going to rinse it and go from there and rinse it in cool water to stop its cooking. I have my chicken thighs already cut up. I think I'm only going to use half of these, and I'm going to use another half of them with other bell peppers and make some fajita meat and have fajitas one night too. So I'm going to split this onion also, because I only have one onion. So I'm going to split this onion between those two dishes and take the bigger part of the onion for this and the other onion for the fajita. So let me get this done really quick and then we'll go from there. I'm probably going to do this dish in stages and just show you how they all come together. Alright, so I have half of an onion, 3 stalks of celery. So what I'm going to do, I'll just show you really quick and then I'm going to move on, is I'm going to cut these to where, looks, I missed trash can with one of them, but I'll pick it up. So I just cut these in strips so that I can get them smaller and make them look good and be easier to, faster to cook. How are y'all doing today? Okay, so let me know in the comments, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to cube this in little pieces, right? And I'm going to do the same thing with everything else. I'm going to make it small pieces, make it enjoyable, cook it down. I need to really grab a cutting board out, but I just am, just getting back to cooking, so I'm going to just deal with it. So I hope you don't mind. So I'm putting everything back in here as I cut it. Same with my onion. That celery smells really good. Smellery. Yeah, my English still doesn't work well for me. Alright, so this one's going over here. I'm going to try to keep all my vegetables around the same size. I hope. This onion wants to get away from me all on the marble. There's nothing to really grab it. Alright, so we're going to put that in there. There's plenty of onion. And then I'm going to cut these the same way, and I'm going to try to do my vegetables to where I start with probably the harder. To me, onion takes a little longer. I don't know why. So I'm going to start with the vegetables that take a little longer, out to the squash, because squash does not take that long. And you don't really want to get your vegetables really done. You want them to be al dente kind of, because they're going to continue to cook when they come off the top, my cooktop or out of your pan. And So you don't want to really go too crazy wild where they're soggy. You want a kind of firm bite to them. And I'm learning that as I go, because I've always thought I want my vegetables really done, but I'm learning as I'm cooking more Asian foods over the years that you do really want to leave a little bit of bite to your vegetables. Not so much that they're raw, just starting to cook, firm cook. I don't know how to explain it, but so that they have a little bit of bite left in them. Because once they cool down, they're going to cook more. So it'll make it a nicer, not soggy dish. All right, so that's that. And I still have one more yellow pepper to do. I'm actually hitting my trash can, which is surprising. So with these, what I do is I cut these in the same way. I'm trying for a smaller bite. Let me get that a little smaller. Bring that onion out. This is a really great dish. It even freezes well. What I normally do is I just cook my linguine just at al dente, a little bit more. Drain it, cold water it, and then I'm going to cook it the rest of the way with all the vegetables and the chicken. So, I've already cut my chicken. I saved y'all that. It's just in strips and then bite-sized kind of pieces. I didn't want to mess with that. I wanted it done so that I could clean up where I've contaminated my counter and get ready for the vegetables. So it's just in strips. Not strips, but chunks. And I may have to still go through my vegetables, and if there's real big ones in there, grab them and cut them down a little bit. Because sometimes when I do this, I might miss some chunks. I don't want them real chunky. I want them more like that. I'm going to use a pound of pasta, some vegetable oil for cooking, or avocado oil if you have it is really great. I just don't have any. Alright, so this is this. Let me move on to what I'm doing next, and I'll put a little bit of yellow pepper in here too. And then that'll be my vegetables. My meat will be done, my vegetables will be done. And then it'll go very fast once I get that pasta done. I'm just going to make the sauce. You can do this meal in stages. Get all your vegetables done, wrap them, put them in the fridge, have your chicken ready to go, and then make your sauce, set it in the refrigerator too. And then when you get ready to bring it all together, just heat up your wok or your pan favorite pan that you want to use. Whatever you have will work. As long as it'll, whatever you stir fry vegetables in and make stir fries with, or anything like that, it'll work perfect. So I'm just going to get all these cut up. What I do is I take my peanuts, and at the end I'll roast them and throw them on top with some of those red peppers. And then they just really, I don't see how people can eat them. I'll show you what they are. They're those chilies that you see in some Asian food. I don't know if you have a tip to that, you can let me know, but I've never seen where I could eat them. I just go ahead and put them in there for the spice, and then I discard them as I eat. Alright, so anyway, that is my vegetables. which is awesome. My chicken is done. I get to move on from that. And wash my hands now. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my sauce. Okay, y'all, to make the sauce, I'm just going to use about, let's see, a cup and a half of just kind of warm so that my cornstarch will still dissolve. And I have added about, I don't know, probably like a little teaspoon, not even a teaspoon, a sprinkle of my chicken seasoning. I'm going to add a little pepper. Now, my sauce is never quite always the same because it's homemade. I eyeball it, and I'm hoping I remember everything that I put in it. Okay, so, you know, it don't have to be perfect is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to add probably about a teaspoon of onion powder. About a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes, the red, you know, like you put on pizza. Not many. A little chili powder, not a lot. Just a touch. If I can get it out. There you go. Just a pinch. This is what I do, y'all. You can definitely make this your own. Let me grab another spoon. I'm going to add about that much, no, maybe a little less, about that much crushed garlic and a little bit of the juice. Okay, then I'm going to add some brown sugar. I've used regular sugar, brown sugar, whatever I have. And this is going to be about a tablespoon. For now, I may taste test my sauce to see where it's at. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons or so of soy sauce. I'm going to add some what's called Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. It's in the Asian aisle of your grocery store. I think you find these even sometimes at Walmart. So, and then I have some ABC. This is a medium sweet soy sauce. And this is thicker than regular soy sauce, so it's going to give it a little bit of an umami. Then I have, I think that's it. Let's try this. You can add a little oyster or hoisin to this. I'm going to see if I want to. I think I'm going to add oyster sauce, if I could find some. Not a lot. I changed this up and I forget what I put in it last time when I really liked it, and I'm like, what did I put in? So just a little bit of oyster. Again, that's a good umami flavor. Stir this up well. Getting there. It still needs cornstarch, y'all. That's going to be my thickener. I'm going ahead right now, and I've got my pasta cooking according to the directions for it to be al dente. And I'm going to drain it, and I'm going to rinse it with cold water. I'm going to give that a little bit more of that bouillon, and then I'm going to do some cornstarch for a thickener. Probably about a teaspoon. Get that mixed in there, hopefully. I feel like the sauce needs depth, so I'm going to add a little bit more gold seasoning. I was out, so I'm going to see if I can open this one. That golden mountain seasoning is just really good in sauces. Let me see. It needs a little more soy sauce. Probably a little more oyster sauce too. A little bit more ABC. And the other thing that I like to add that I don't have over here is you can add some sesame seed oil. And a lot of times the best time to put that is when you are just finishing your cook. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna find something else to put in here because I don't know. It feels like it needs it. This is called, I'll just show you. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot. It's got a vinegary hot kick. I want that, but I'm not wild about the kick of it, the vinegary part of it, so I'm not gonna add a lot. This should cook up nice and have a nice flavor. Let's put some stuff up, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm going to add some garlic powder, onion powder, and we're just going to saute this. And I have these Goya. I'm going to add one of these to my chicken. These are really, really good. They are great on chicken and pork chops. You can get it without. It'll say without on the package, meaning it don't have the red coloring. This one has it, but I've gotten to where I really like the flavor, so it don't bother me. You can get it with or without the coloring. And it's a seasoning that just makes your food red. But it's really good. I'm probably going to add one more pack to this. I'm kind of going against what I said I was going to do, and I'm just cooking it all together. I want a little bit more oil in this. because it needs it for the rest of the day. You can put some of this on your vegetables when you're cooking them to layer your flavors. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit because I've got it all on low and I want this to brown a little bit to get that golden color. You're going to cook your chicken all the way through, y'all. So I'm going to put this on one side and get my vegetables started. I'm going to add a little more oil. And I'm just going to kind of go against my own thing and just get them on here and get them started. Normally I have things I cook separately and start with, but I'm just going to get these on here. I'm going to also grab my garlic. Add my garlic to it. More crushed garlic. I'm going to add it right in here and in my chicken. I'm going to add some onion powder to my vegetables and a little garlic powder. And then some of the toya. Spread it out on your pan or however you're cooking it and let it get some browning and cook through. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, y'all, we're getting pretty close to everything being to where it's almost done. So now I'm moving my meat and my vegetables together, and I'm going to move this over here. And in this, I'm going to put my sauce and hopefully pick up some of that browning that's on my griddle. It's smelling very, very good in here, y'all. I mean, really good. So what I'm going to do next is I've got my sauce, and I'm going to do this in parts. So I'm not going to just pour it. I'm going to let it start thickening and cooking. And get what I want for the sauce, because I may not want it all. And I want that to pick up the brown bits that are on the griddle, and I want it to thicken. You can do the same thing in a pot. Add a little bit more, and then I'm going to bring it all together and add my pasta. This is not a saucy dish. It's a dish with sauce. Okay. Okay, I'm going to add my pasta. I'm going to shake it. This has been rinsed in cold water to stop the cooking. And it's been rinsed really as good as I could get it. Get some of that starch off. I did not want a lot of starch on my pasta. Now you're heating the pasta and everything through. The next thing I'm going to do on the other side over here is I'm going to heat my my peanuts and these little chilies up. I don't have a lot of peanuts, but what I got will work. And I'm just going to add these over here with a little oil to brown them with my peanuts. And get the flavor out of my peanuts. So that they're ready to go in just a few minutes. They're going to toast to give them lots of flavor. This is a really delicious dish. And it's a lot like the Panda House one that you get. Close to and yummy enough to fill that void. And maybe be a lot less expensive to make. I'm going to add a little bit more sauce. Maybe all of it, I don't know yet. Let that thicken. Turn my griddle off and just move things around on the heat now to cook it through. This gives these an opportunity for these noodles to pick up lots of flavor off the griddle or off your pan. And cook that sauce in a little bit. I used almost the whole 2 cups, and I don't think it'll hurt to use it all to get all that flavor in there. This is why I do my my vegetables al dente, because See how much more they're in the, and the noodles, they're in that saucepan on the griddle for a few more minutes. And this is ready to come off, y'all. I'll be back after I get it off, and we'll do a taste test. Okay, this is what it looks like, y'all. I'm gonna get just a little bit and do a taste test for you. And this is so delicious. When I'm cooling this too, what I do is I kind of leave it uncovered a little bit, and I keep stirring it to move the pasta around so it doesn't continue to cook too much, so that it'll cool down before you refrigerate it. You could put this in serving dishes for, you know, single meals, a couple different dishes for a bigger family meal, because you can tell this makes quite a bit of food. I'm trying to get vegetables and chicken, y'all, and so I can show you what it all looks like together. These are the peppers. I just toss them when I'm done, y'all. I do not eat them. They look pretty on the plate, but you have them at Panda House too, but or Panda Express, whatever they call it, and never really ate them. This would be great with chopsticks. All right, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. Everything's over here on the side. It's really good, y'all. I haven't had this in a while. Last time I made it, I did not like it. Happens, even with me. I cook things and I'm like, I did something different. I can't remember what it was. I might have missed an ingredient. I don't know. But this is really good. Massive Panda Express just for y'all. I hope you give it a try. It's delicious. Follow my instructions, or change it up to your taste. Add a little more heat if you want. It's just delicious. And it's gonna be a great dinner, and I'm happy to have some food. I don't know how much I'll be able to get to eat of it. I'm gonna leave this to breathe and let the steam cool. I'm not going to cover this really heavily right now because I don't want my pasta to cook more, and I don't want my chicken to dry out. So I'm going to turn it every once in a while and pull that heat from around it so that it cools off quicker. Anyway, y'all, this is my Panda Express Asian noodle. Hope you give it a try. Love y'all. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.